I'd like to be crystal clear here in what is going on with YouTube from my perspective. It's not a free speech issue, it's a free market issue. Now, that doesn't mean that I agree with YouTube demonetizing my videos, but is it not a corporate platform? Maybe somebody can explain to me at Outside the Box, or rather, alexansary.tv/forums, the place where I encourage the first comments to appear. Why keep feeding the YouTube beast? They're cutting us off. Then why keep improving their SEO with your comments? We have to begin our migration beyond the social media ghetto. We may have met in the social media ghetto. This is where you found me. Yay! Hi, I'm Alex. You found me now. Now what? Conversation continues at alexansary.tv and outsidethebox.vhx.tv, my on-demand channel, which is brand new, but it's going to grow as the censorship and the control expands. And yes, it is censorship to a certain degree, but it's like free market censorship. It's not an attack on free speech per se. I don't agree with it. I think it's bullshit. It's bullshit to tell the independent content creator, you can't comment on geopolitics. You can't comment on what ISIS is doing. Under the guise of them fighting extremism, you can't expose extremism. And see, I'm covering these main points in different YouTube videos because the problem is very complex. But let us get our language down correctly and use logic and reason and logic. They're using the free market to censor what is said and redirect things in a new direction. Hey, you want to make money here on YouTube? You know, push a little of this. Now, they did this before. This is not new. Where do you think clickbait came from? There's various forms of it, and it's not all about fake news. Sometimes people write in a certain manner to get you to click on the headline, because if they were to use the actual phrases, their video would be demonetized. And so the actions that we're seeing right now with some videos still monetized, but those videos with the keywords being demonetized, some of those same keywords may have been used for the clickbait. No more. I uploaded a video today, and white supremacist was in the title. I'm basically discussing how China and Russia are going to use a white supremacist headhunter movement. Some of you disagree with this, but situations where people are so freaked out about dark-skinned people potentially planning terror attacks that people start having their heads chopped off. Women start disappearing. People start disappearing. More stories of hate crimes. Well, they'll send in the foreign troops for that shit. But it won't really be about protecting anyone's lives. They'll use it as the pretext for invasion. That's my warning. I'm against these stupid, ridiculous actions of divide and conquer. Humping the Trump. I don't see any humping of the Hillary. Sorry. I see dissent against Trump and people opposed to Trump. To say everybody that is opposed to Trump supports Hillary is really to almost put up an argument that Trump actually then, by that logic, didn't win the election, but all these other people did, and they're not actually the losers then. People don't really think through what they're saying. So I'm here to warn America, and that they're being led into a trap. They're going to use some of their hateful words and actions against them. YouTube want to demonize that? Question is, who's controlling YouTube? Are you thinking outside the box of Silicon Valley? Or are you unable to see or identify? And it's okay if you can't and you aren't able. Not all the information is out there. We have some of the information, but I think there's a close connection between Google and China. I think that can be seen, and I think to some people it looks like maybe they're on different sides. Google did conform, didn't it? Their Chinese-style Google, right? To the kind of Google that China wanted. One in which a search for Tiananmen Square wouldn't come up for the Chinese people, right? We've all read stories like this. Google was doing this since the beginning. Do we think that the relationship, are you saying then, that the relationship that's been long-standing between Google and China is no more. So what are they getting ready for? They're getting ready for a Google D-Day, the very thing that is the bread and butter, the very thing that some people now rely on to pay their rent because they've gone independent working for themselves. This is in jeopardy. This is in danger. They have essentially said, if you are the little guy over here, you are not allowed to speak about these topics. These corporate platforms over here, they're good. They're okay. So it's about shutting down debate and using pretty much the free market through a coordinated advertiser pullout. So nothing being done here is technically illegal, and they put it in their terms of service. Free market. How do you, in the free market, then act in a way to go around YouTube censorship? You support me directly. You support the content creators directly. And we continue speaking until the moment where the internet goes out, and then it's go time. It's about survival. Because if the internet goes out in a large way, either from a cyber attack or growing censorship issues, that's a lot of income that's going to disappear from the hands of the Americans. And some are going to be set to starve if their bank accounts are off, if they don't have any food, if they can't pay their rent, if they're not already off grid. And if some of those women don't have men to protect them, and if they're not in safe areas and they've accrued negative karma, I've talked about that scenario as well in other videos. A lot of women that are doing well today financially that have thrown away good men, they're going to find those cell phones that are off at the moment that they think are broken, that have been taken out by an EMP. They're going to find those smartphones acting like an implantable microchip, identifying to the headhunters and other human traffickers where their physical location is. This is the future of America that I've warned people about. But on the path to that, there are certain things that will come first. And the death of YouTube is one of them. And free market decisions, not illegal decisions, but corporate monopoly decisions, business as usual in the apocalypse. And war is business. Metallica album says, killing is my business is good. P sells, but who's buying on another? You can even say truth sells, but who's buying? Truth sells, but who's buying? Truth sells, but who's buying? Sorry. Good coffee this morning. So, they're going to use a free market to crash YouTube. And people are going to be screaming, free speech, like you don't even know what apparently censorship is. But I'll tell you what, no one that's censoring AlexAnswery.tv. This is about like encouraging you to rewire your mind. You comment at the forum. You don't give energy to the YouTube SEO. Give AlexAnswery.tv an improved SEO for search engine optimization. Help me reach more people through the free market. Support me directly. $5 a month. You have several options. You have Patreon. You have PayPal. Go to AlexAnswery.tv/donate. There should be an option how much you can want to donate. Or donate any amount. But most preferred, become an on-demand subscriber, because as time goes on, I'll be making more videos there. Right now, I'm putting a lot into YouTube while it lasts, but the infrastructure is set, ready to go. And you can kick me a few bucks and already call yourself an actual subscriber to the on-demand channel. So when videos do go up, you'll be able to see them where others will not. And this is a free market decision, because part of succeeding in a free market is not becoming a robot. Do you succeed in the free market by letting corporations do all the work for you? Do you assume that private corporations will go out of their way to help you get more views on your videos? Or does a successful free market person build their own platform? Does a person build success in a free market by putting out all their content for free on a corporation that actually says in the fine print that they own this content. They say they own what I just put out. You're listening to this on YouTube. YouTube technically owns the property. Google Inc. in particular. This came out years ago. We just got used to it. We're thinking, oh, what are we ever going to need a years of content for? So there are 3 different ways you can support my work. And this is how you can help me succeed in the free market. I'm already off grid. The land will be paid off in a few years. I'm one of the few in the alternative media who's living off the grid. Don't you want to see me succeed? Become a subscriber today. OutsideTheBox.vhx.tv.